Greetings, my noble knights. It is I, Blaze Templar, and we're getting ready for Week 10 of the Delta Battle League, and we're going up against the Carolina Crowbats. Now, their team is actually pretty threatening with that Lando Therian and Mega Pincer. Those are the two things that are really standing out, although I'm not ignoring Alolan Ninetales with the Aurora Veil. Very big problem. Celebi is a bit of an issue. Porygon 2, definitely a pain in the neck if he gets the Z conversion off. Comfy with its Prankster, a pain in the neck. Rotom Heat, of course, again, it can be pretty quick and powerful with the Choice Scarf. Sock actually is pretty powerful, and it doesn't have an awful speed. It's not a great speed, but it's not an awful speed. Alomomola, very annoying wall. Garbodor, again, that's probably the thing I'm least threatened by his team because it is a poison type, and it likes to set up toxic spikes, but I have 2 or 3 different poison types. I doubt he's going to want to bring Garbodor. And then last but not least is Miss Magus, which actually is a bit of a threat because it gets like Dazzling Gleam, it gets Shadow Ball, it has wide coverage and good speed tier. But its physical defense is pretty sad. So that's his team. And my bet is he's going to want to have the Ninetales to get up the Aurora Veil. Lando T, if he brings it, will either be Bandit or Scarf. Could be Rocky Helmet, like do the Stealth Rocks thing. Looking at his team, that's probably what it's going to want to do. Unfortunately, I don't really have a way to respond to everything his team can actually do. And that's the nice thing about building a team that has such a wide variety of options, like with Lando T, where it has hundreds of different things it can do. It makes it very hard to plan for everything. So this week, I'm kind of playing around with the idea of know thy enemy with like Frisk and hit as hard as possible and just try to break through this team as quickly as I can, just in and out. And unfortunately, I don't really have a way to deal with the Stealth Rock or even mitigate them, really. I guess I could have dropped like one of the moves off of Flygon and put Defog on. I could do that, but I really don't want to do that because then Mega Pincer can be a big threat, as Earthquake obviously can't hit Mega Pincer, and Steel Wing is pretty much only there for the Alolan Ninetales. So, yeah, I guess that's the other move I could drop, but I actually calced Steel Wing is literally the only way I can one-shot Alolan Ninetales, which is frustrating. So, yeah, that's a thing. But this is basically what I was able to come up with. I originally built a team build. I actually did a team builder before, but unfortunately it failed to record properly, so I'm redoing it. Really quite frustrating. And so I'll just kind of go through the rundown. Dusclops, I'm going to be relying on status more than I am going to be entry hazards. I don't like doing that because entry hazards are amazing, but in this case I think it's a better play. Will-O-Wisp and Toxic, Pain Split just to keep Dusclops alive as long as possible, and then Seismic Toss just to get some damage off. Then Volcanion, I decided to run Flash Cannon, again for the Alolan Ninetales to be a nice little nasty surprise if he tries to bring it in. I doubt he'll want to bring it in on a Volcanion because of Fire Blast, so yeah, it looks a little weird, but I don't really feel like Earth Power is going to do me a lot of good this week, so my likely plays are going to be just Steam Erupting a lot, Fire Blasting, and then Sludge Waving. I doubt I'll use my 4th move on him, but Earth Power really doesn't bother his team much. Immune, he takes damage. Resist, he doesn't care much. Comfy, Resist, Immune, you get the idea. Doesn't care too much. He definitely would rather get hit by an Earth Power than a Steam Eruption. Let's leave it at that. Alomomola, honestly, the Sludge Wave will still probably do the most to him. So, again, yeah. And plus getting the possible poison off on Alomomola, pretty handy. Garbodor, okay, Garbodor wouldn't like it, but again, I don't think he's going to bring it. Miss Magus immune. So I decided, might as well bring the Flash Cannon. Maybe I can get a nasty Flash Cannon off as he's like predicting me to go for something else like the Steam Eruption and he doesn't have any other choices or something. I don't know. So it's there, but actually, yeah. Earth Power still is my better play. Just because Fire Blast should be a 2-hit KO even if he gets the Aurora Veil off. So, yeah, I guess. Or I could just Sludge Wave for the guaranteed accuracy and possible poisoning. So, I'm not 100% confident right now, but this is kind of what I got going. I decided to run Dre Skin just so I can literally completely shut down Alomomola. He can't Toxic Rook because he's a poison type, so no Toxic. He can't Scald me because Dry Skin. He can't Waterfall, etc. So he can't burn me either. And then I can set up a Swords Dance or 2 in his face. He goes into something else, gets Sucker Punch, that goes down, and then I can Rampage with Drain Punch. So my real game plan this week is to let Toxicroak get a couple Swords Dances off, hopefully even 3 so I can get to that +6, that magic +6, and just wreck his entire team. That can't really happen as long as Landorus is around, so that is a bit of a threat, but that's also why Alakazam is running Hidden Power Ice. So if I can nail it on the switch-in, that'd be great. I decided Charge Beam just to get some extra power. But actually, since I'm running Modest, that's probably not the best idea anymore. I am still making changes, obviously. So, yeah, looking at his team, what would be the best thing to put on instead? I can't run Hidden Power Fire and Hidden Power Ice, obviously. But Hidden Power Ice hits most of the things I'd want to hit with Hidden Power Fire anyway. And Hidden Power Fire really doesn't do me a lot of good. Rotom Heat would be nice to smack with something. I guess I could run Foul Play and rely on their attacking stat. That'd be a nasty surprise for Lando, but again, Hidden Power Ice should do more damage anyway. Shadow Ball actually does less damage than Psyshock to his Mismagius, so that's kind of pointless. Garbodor gets hit really hard by Psyshock as well. Sock won't appreciate Psyshock. Alomomola doesn't appreciate getting hit by the Charge Beam, as I mentioned. So, yeah, Hidden Power Ice, Focus Blast, Comfy. It's that Taunter. So, yeah. I will have to think a little bit about if I want to switch that up or not, because Charge Beam actually at +1, Modest Mega Alakazam with that Psyshock can hit really, really hard, which is why I decided to try it out this week. I think it might be my best play. I mean, I could try to run the Calm Mind, but with how frail Alakazam is, I'd probably be better off getting the Charge Beam off if I can. So that's kind of the mindset I have going into this week. I hope it pays off. I think I've got something that can deal with most of his team pretty well. But I'm not 100% sure on that. I'll admit, I am not 100% confident in that team at the moment. But for what I got, I think I did a pretty good job. And we will see you, shortly in the actual battle. So until then, later.